staff, administrators, and district leaders. Continue to watch over all of us. This morning especially, guide our school board to make wise decisions. Keep us mindful of our mission to help every student to learn and graduate prepared for a successful future. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Adoption of agenda. Has there been any changes? Did you know, Michelle, the agenda? Good?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right, no changes. I'll take a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Moving to second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Welcome, everyone. Obviously, I'm not Ashley Kamenzi. She couldn't make it today, so now y'all got me. So hopefully I can get through this and we'll have a good meeting. So, all right, looks like next we have request to, let me see who we got coming up for this. It's Mr. Lott. Oh, no, Julia? Oh, we got Julia, all right. And Mr. Lee. Yeah. Sorry, Good morning.
Morning.
I have received no emails, I've received no phone calls, nothing about changing anything, so I'm here to request the approval to adopt the school board policy.
Okay. Everybody good with the, any questions?
I move to adopt.
I second.
All right. Moved and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right. Motion passes. All right, now we got Mr. Lott.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have several policies. I'll just go through them, and then at the end, I'll ask for permission to advertise. We'll go through that whole process where the next meeting we'll review, and then the meeting after that, we'll ask for approval. The first one is automatic external defibrillators. You'll see several policies that basically are we're asking to be changed because Bronson is no longer in the Florida High School Athletic Association. They're in a new association, the Sunshine State Athletic Association. So I was actually surprised at how many of our policies reference the Florida High School Athletic Association. So every one of those policies, we had to include some new language. This came from NEFAC because several of the NEFAC districts are just like us in the fact that they have multiple schools that are in the Sunshine State Athletic Association. So this first one is just adding that language to our existing policy. Okay. Basically, it's the same thing for 3.31, which is external heat illness. Make sure I don't skip anything. Okay, so 4.31, extracurricular activities. We previously had combined extracurricular activities policy with athletics policy. I think that was done because the previous administration liked some of the language that was in the existing policy. Didn't want to change it, so as the updates came in from NEFAC, we just adopted our current policy. Moving forward, I won't be here, and I have the knowledge of what we've done with that. So what we decided to do is to separate extracurricular activities and athletics and create two policies instead of one policy. And so this is the first of those that is impacted. So basically, we are eliminating the current policy on 4.31, and then we're adding the new NEFAC language, which you find in red. And part of this obviously also deals with athletics, and you'll still see the Sunshine State Athletic Association referenced and so forth. But basically, we're trying to get more in line with the NEFAC policies because we do anticipate, for example, with athletics, being significant changes moving forward. We've seen some changes recently, obviously, with homeschool students being allowed to participate and non-traditional students and so forth. So, you know, I would say really, you know, in the last 10 years, we've seen overall an influx of policy changes more so than we had previously because of a very active legislature. And so I think more in line that we get with the NEFAC policies, it will just make it easier moving forward to stay in compliance with statute. And so this is one of those. And so we eliminated the old and we brought in the new NEFAC policy. 4.44, participation in home education, students, et cetera, in athletics and interscholastic activities. That one we had already created, and we're just adding that new language that references the Sunshine State Athletic Association. The next one is the other part of what I just discussed on athletics. So this is a standalone athletics policy. It'll be easier for us to update. And that, again, is an area that is constantly changing, it seems now, athletics and who can participate. I do anticipate some more changes based on some of the legislation that I've seen, you know, in the queue up in Tallahassee in regard to this. In particular, one area that I think we'll see a change in is our ability to charge those non-traditional students more, let's say, than we do our own students. So I think that will be coming up down the pike soon. So I think it makes sense to change this policy to be more in line with the NEFAC policies. The next policy is 6.25 vacation leave. This came about because we are moving forward with our new hires for assistant principals, for example, moving them from a 12-month employee to an 11-month employee as a way to cut some of the budget constraints. And so it won't affect those that are already in those positions, but anyone new coming in, it would. And so what we found out was our current policy did not allow those individuals who would be 11 months to receive vacation leave. And so we didn't feel like that was fair. We're going to ask somebody to come in and not have vacation leave when if you're 12 months you would. And so we're just trying to remedy that. Well, it wasn't oversight. At the current time, we didn't have 11 months.
Right.
So this new language would allow us to for them to still get their vacation leave even though they're not a 12-month employee. Okay, 9.11, transporting students in private vehicles for educational field trips or school-sponsored or school-related events. So NEFAC has two versions of this policy, version 1 and version 2. They give you the option of choosing one of the two options. Previously, we had always had version 2. And so when I'm looking at some of our issues in regard to transporting kids to events, looking for solutions. And so when I looked at the other version and started looking at what some of the other school districts were doing, I noticed that this version 1 really fit more into giving us some flexibility in transporting students. And so I looked further at Sarasota County, and they have the exact same language as version 1 NEFACs, the same policy, and they added one additional paragraph, which is that last paragraph on that policy. So basically, this is Sarasota's policy. You know, sometimes it's better to borrow than create your own, but this language would allow us, just as many other districts do, they don't transport all kids to all events. And this language would allow us to sort of pick and choose what we can afford to transport.
Good.
And it would also help us with our transportation issues in regards to having buses available and drivers available So this is could potentially be a way to help with the budget in regard to transportation. So, again, this is Sarasota's policy. It's been in effect there for several years. I don't believe it would still be in effect and be used if there was an issue with it. So I feel pretty confident of that.
That's that paragraph 9, the very last one.
Yeah, the very last.
Very last one.
Notwithstanding. Yeah,
Mhm.
That is a paragraph that they had that was not in the NEFAC version.
okay.
But that gives us the flexibility,
like
for
that.
example, to say, not saying we will, I'm just saying this is be a good example, and I think some school districts do this. They may transport for football because of the number of students that are
Right.
involved in that sport, but they may not transport for other sports that have fewer numbers of students, and instead rely upon the parents. And, you know, I think the key thing in that last paragraph is basically, we stay out of it, we're not transporting you, therefore, we don't assume any of the liability that may be incurred with that. Okay, we're gonna play the game, but basically, we're gonna leave it up to the parents to decide how
The
they
kids
get
get
those
to go.
kids there.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Are there any questions on any of the proposals?
Sounds good.
Need a motion to advertise?
Yes, sir.
All right. We have a motion to advertise.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Properly moved and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Lake? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, I won't be as fast as Julia, but maybe I can be. So we're gonna talk about the annual financial report for the ending of last fiscal year. I attached it to this presentation, so you guys can review at your leisure, but we're gonna start with the summary page. So the auditors disclosed, or we disclosed our financial statements to the auditors, and they feel they were presented fairly in all material respects and in accordance with the prescribed financial reporting standards. Their audit did not identify any deficiencies in internal controls over financial reporting that they would consider a material weakness. The results of their tests did not disclose any instances of noncompliance or other matters that are required to be reporting under government auditing standards. So, if you go to the last few pages, what all of that means is that we did really well. There were no material weaknesses identified, no significant deficiencies identified in our federal awards. Our financial statements were unmodified. They had no material weaknesses or significant deficiencies. And we had no findings this year, and we had no prior year findings to be reported either.
Congratulations.
Yeah, very good.
That's great.
So on up here, does anybody have any questions related to the financial reporting or otherwise?
Where'd you go to school at?
Where did I started at Williston.
Oh,
Finished where?
and I'm sure you thought about going to
Finished.
Chiefland
I-
some
no,
point.
Sorry. Daddy's in Williston, mommy's in Bronson, so I
Yeah,
graduated.
I think she's a good blend.
Yeah.
She's a good blend. That Wilson Bronson blend worked pretty
Wilson
good.
Bronson blend always works.
We got some of that going on.
Yes, you did. Sorry. That it? Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Thank
you, Kim. All right. Public comments? Have any emails? No emails? All right. All right, move on to approval of minutes. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? All right, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All right, approve, motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Minutes approved. Go down to consent agenda. Mr. Asble.
I don't have anything.
Ms. Baxter, Ms. Campbell, sorry.
No question.
Ms. Baxter.
No, mine
I
have been
didn't have any
answered.
questions either. I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All right. Moved and seconded, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. All right. You don't have to make a motion on the finance anymore? All right. Yep. So now we're down to superintendent comment? Yep. Fast. Maybe, yeah.
You beat
Come on.
Mr. Asbell's time?
Don't talk too much, we'll drag it on.
Thing is stuff to talk about. Let's slow him up.
Oh, I just, I want to say, of course, I hope everyone, I guess the superintendent highlights would be everybody sitting out there. That's what I picked for the superintendent
That's
highlights
right.
this time. But you have a little handout from Miss Tanya about the youth career fair that she gave you today, and she also emailed you. And the fair was wonderful, lots of sharing on Facebook, and thank you, Mr. Whitehurst, Mr. Asbell. I know you were there for a long time on sale day, and I heard there were some tears from the kids too. I still don't know how they do that, sale day, but it's all good. It benefits them quite well.
That's right.
And of course, getting down to testing and the countdown, and I know everyone's working very hard. I'm looking forward to our visits in Williston today, so that will be fun, and we'll get to go to all the campuses. So I'm looking forward to that, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Aspen?
For fear of being accused of holding things up, I'm gonna let it go. I don't have anything today. Everybody's doing great, and it would just be rehashing how good a job you're doing, so outstanding. Don't wanna mess you up, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you. Ms. Campbell?
Well, I just want to congratulate all those who participated, just even participated in the fair. It's just unbelievable, all the learning that goes on. It's fantastic. And I was there on the pig day.
Yeah, that's right.
Swine day, whatever. So I have learned about steer and goats, and now I know all about pigs. But I just want to congratulate all those, and we had some, our goats, our students at Cedar Key did well with their goats, so I'm proud of that. Cedar Key had their prom this past weekend, and it was in Bronson, and it was a wonderful time. Everything's going great at the school. Teachers and students working hard preparing for testing that's coming up.
Did you and your husband go to prom? Did
No.
y'all go?
He did not. He didn't ask me.
That's all we got.
You should go. I highly recommend.
I really didn't even get an invitation,
I-
quite frankly.
Just show up.
You're gonna have to get on to them, Linda.
I love that.
Get Ms. Baxter.
Things at Chiefland are going well. The elementary school's having a big dance coming up, hosted by PTO. And I too would like to congratulate all the fair participants. And I want to thank Mr. John Lott for all the work he did on that, about all the policy changes. I thought that was great, and appreciate that. Also, of course, Kim Lake and Miss Julia, thank you for what you did. And look forward to our school visits, and that's all I
I don't have a whole lot. I said, enjoy Fair Week. Not gonna lie, I'm glad it's all over with though. Nice to get a little rest. It's, like I said, it's about 5-6 months of kind of getting after it. So it's kind of good to get a little break with everything else we got going on. Wilson's prom is on Saturday. I've been told, I guess I'm helping to clean those afterwards. So having a kid that's a junior class officer, you kind of, you get roped into a lot of stuff. So anyway, looking forward. But yeah, they're having that. It's gonna actually be in Gainesville, I guess. So not in Levy County, but not too far away from Williston, I guess. But looking forward to that. And I can't believe we're already in the last 9 weeks of the year. As this year has flown by for sure. So looking forward to all the good testing and hopefully some good results. And that's all I have. No further questions? Good. Meeting adjourned.